Dipped ears here then. Good look at the French papers, aren't we? The former Justice Minister, Christiane Taubira, she's broken her silence in an interview with Libération. It was quite a long time ago that she went, though, isn't it now?
That's right. I mean, Taubira, you might remember, was Hollande's firebrand Minister of Justice, who rather spectacularly left the government earlier this year. Well, she left or she was pushed out, depends on how you see it. But here she is, back on the front page of Libération, the left-leaning paper, in an interview she's given to them entitled "My Left, My France." She says she will be part of the presidential campaign. She doesn't really say how, but she says that she believes the French left is at risk of disappearing. She also doesn't say whether she will support François Hollande, but of course he himself has not even declared himself a candidate yet for the presidential elections.
Now, on that subject, Hollande's Socialist Party and other left-leaning parties as well, gathering for their annual meeting in La Rochelle.
And among those present at that meeting are what the French call les frondeurs, they're the dissident members within François Hollande's own party. And they've been once again calling for a primary election to elect a candidate representing the wide left party. They want an election that's open to the public, that's open to all members of the French left. That's according to Le Monde. It's the same primary election that they were calling for earlier this year that they failed to implement. So why should it work now? Well, Le Monde says François Hollande's popularity has taken such a battering that it's near impossible for him to recover from it. And these frondeurs believe that it's imperative to present a united front, at least ahead of the presidential elections, because they say not doing so would be, quote, collective suicide.
As you say, though, François Hollande still not declared his candidacy to the presidency. When he does, though, he's definitely going to have the support of somebody, isn't he? One of his ministers who's been very close to him in the past.
Well, there she is on the front page of Le Parisien. That's Ségolène Royal, his former partner, mother of his children, and also Energy and Environment Minister. For Le Parisien, they are the, quote, true presidential couple. That's what it says on their front page. It's a rather soapy front page. But Le Parisien says she's actually just one of many women who could help Hollande ahead of the presidential elections. According to this graphic in Le Parisien, other women also include Christiane Taubira, who we just spoke about. She's rather popular with young voters. There's also Martine Aubry, who's kind of an institution in the French left, and she's really never dithered from her support for François Hollande. Of course, the other woman is Hollande's partner, Julie Gaillet. But Le Parisien says that her support will be more discreet. She won't be the one who's campaigning for him publicly, but she's definitely fighting in his corner.
Got another man fighting for him as well. This is France's Prime Minister, Manuel Valls.
That's right. Valls has actually defended Hollande after Nicolas Sarkozy accused the French president of not doing enough to guarantee the security of the French public. Now, Valls in turn accused Sarkozy of pandering to the far right ahead of the presidential elections. And the fact that Valls sort of came out fighting for Hollande is really a proof for, at least for the French newspaper Les Echos, that Valls is really the last true supporter of Hollande, and he's loyal right until the end.
Something different, from political battle to spiritual visit. The Dalai Lama is beginning a 6-day tour of France today.
Well, the Tibetan leader is beginning that tour today, but he insists that it will not be political, or it will be at least a largely non-political visit. He's not due to meet the French president, nor has he planned any meetings with any members of government. In fact, the only interview he gave was to Le Monde a few days ago, in which he said, I quote, "I have nothing to say to them," the French authorities. "I prefer to speak about happiness." His reasons, though, could be more political than he's letting on. At least if you read L'Obs, the website L'Obs, they report that pressure from China is actually the reason he's not meeting with French authorities. Chinese authorities are more and more weary of the Tibetan leader's growing popularity, especially in the West, and they're looking to sort of curb that. And L'Obs also wonders if that may be the reason that the Dalai Lama actually cancelled one of his meetings at a political science college in Paris, despite being confirmed to attend it in July. In any case, the university is resting tight-lipped on the real reasons for that cancellation.
Wish we could all just speak about happiness. One meeting, though, that the Dalai Lama will be giving, though, he's going to give a conference, isn't he? This is in Strasbourg.
That's right. That conference, he'll be speaking in front of 8,000 people in Strasbourg, in eastern France. They're paying around 95 euros a pop to visit, so it's not a cheap visit. He's also been invited to lunch at the Strasbourg City Hall. Le Parisien reports that the 81-year-old spiritual leader has allegedly asked for no garlic in all the meals. Apparently, he's not a fan because of its strong odor.
Okay, you can't have garlic and happiness.
No,
Is that
exactly.
what he'd say?
They don't go hand in hand, basically. Also on the menu will be meat, despite being a spiritual leader, because, in fact, the Dalai Lama used to be a vegetarian, but due to health reasons, he's been forced to, at least constrained to eat meat now.
Okay. Dipti, summing up the visit of the Dalai Lama. I suspect we may be bringing you a little bit more of that as the week goes on here on France 24. Thanks very much, Dipti, with the French paper review. She'll have the international one